When Matt Damon appeared on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the atmosphere was expected to be relaxed and filled with lighthearted banter about his latest film, but within minutes of sitting down, a subtle tension began brewing as Colbert pressed him on a controversial comment Damon had made in a recent interview about Hollywood's shifting culture. While Damon initially tried to diffuse the moment with his trademark charm and humor, Colbert persisted, framing the question in a way that suggested Damon was out of touch with modern industry values, and that's when the tone shifted. Damon's smile faded, and his responses grew noticeably sharper, defending his record and accusing the media of twisting his words for clicks. The exchange quickly became more pointed, with Colbert countering that public figures have a responsibility to adapt to changing times, prompting Damon to push back even harder, citing his decades of charitable work and progressive stances as evidence that he wasn't the caricature being painted. The live audience, initially laughing along, grew quieter as the back and forth escalated, until Damon, clearly irritated, leaned back, shook his head, and said, "If this is the way this conversation's going, maybe I'm done here." Moments later, he stood up, removed his mic, and walked off stage, leaving Colbert momentarily stunned before regaining his composure and tossing to a commercial break. Social media exploded within minutes, with hashtags like #MattWalksOff and #ColbertClash trending worldwide, as fans and critics took sides, some praising Damon for standing his ground, others criticizing him for not engaging in a more constructive dialogue. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, producers scrambled to decide whether to air the full unedited segment or cut it down for broadcast, knowing that either choice would have ripple effects in the media storm that was already engulfing both Damon and the show. In the hours following Matt Damon's abrupt exit from The Late Show, entertainment outlets and social media commentators dissected every second of the exchange, with slowed-down clips, body language analyses, and captions speculating about the exact moment Damon snapped, while others insisted that Colbert had been intentionally provocative to boost ratings. Damon's publicist issued a carefully worded statement the next morning, clarifying that Matt values open conversation but will not remain in situations where the dialogue turns into a misrepresentation of his beliefs, which only fueled debate over whether he was just protecting his image or making a principled stand. Colbert's team, meanwhile, released their own comment, claiming that lively debate has always been a part of the show, and expressing regret that the conversation ended prematurely, though they stopped short of apologizing, suggesting they felt the tension was part of authentic live television. Fans began drawing parallels to past celebrity walkouts, comparing Damon's moment to historic on-air clashes, and memes quickly circulated showing him storming off other fictional talk shows, while late-night rivals joked about the incident in their monologues. Industry insiders whispered that this could affect Damon's press tour for his film, as networks might tread more cautiously when booking him, while others believed it would only add intrigue to his public persona, painting him as someone who doesn't play the game. Within days, paparazzi caught Damon out with friends in Los Angeles, where he laughed off a reporter's question about the walkout, saying only, "Sometimes, you've just got to leave the room," a line that instantly became a viral soundbite and cemented the incident as one of the most talked about moments in recent late-night TV history. Behind the scenes, crew members later revealed that the tension between Matt Damon and Stephen Colbert had been brewing from the very start of the taping, with Damon allegedly irritated by a series of pre-interview notes suggesting Colbert might press him on political topics he'd repeatedly asked to avoid. And although Damon initially tried to steer the conversation back toward his upcoming film, Colbert's persistent questions about Hollywood's role in global issues pushed the actor into visible frustration. According to one stagehand, Damon's tone shifted from polite to clipped after Colbert joked about a past controversial remark Damon had made, prompting a murmur in the audience and an awkward pause on set, during which Damon leaned forward and, in a low voice, told Colbert, "That's not what I came here to talk about," only for Colbert to grin and retort, "Well, that's what we're talking about." The moment that followed was pure live TV electricity. Damon straightened, gave a curt nod, and unhooked his lapel mic while the band played softly to fill the dead air, walking off with a calm but unmistakable air of finality. Producers scrambled to cut to commercial, and when the show returned, Colbert addressed the audience with a mix of humor and damage control, saying, "Well, that was unexpected," before pivoting to the next guest. Backstage, Damon reportedly left the building without speaking to anyone except his assistant, ignoring questions from staff and fans alike, while Colbert's writers debated whether to edit the incident for rebroadcast or let the raw moment air in full. Ultimately, the network chose to air the walkout exactly as it happened, a decision that, within hours, ignited online discourse ranging from outrage over Colbert's disrespect to praise for his fearless interviewing, cementing the episode as one of the most replayed clips in the show's history. In the days that followed Matt Damon's abrupt exit from The Late Show, the incident became a lightning rod across social media platforms, with hashtags like #DamonWalkout and #ColbertClash trending worldwide as fans, critics, and industry insiders weighed in on who was in the right. Some viewers applauded Damon for standing his ground and refusing to be drawn into what they saw as an ambush over sensitive political topics, while others argued that Colbert was simply doing his job as a provocative interviewer and that Damon's walkout was an overreaction that revealed a thin skin. And media analysts dissected the confrontation in endless detail, pointing out micro-expressions, changes in body language, and even the moment Damon's hand tightened on his chair before he stood. Late-night hosts and comedians joined the fray, with some poking fun at the moment. Jimmy Fallon joked about installing seat belts for guests, while more serious commentators used it to spark broader debates about the role of celebrities in political discourse. Behind the scenes, Colbert's team reportedly extended a private apology for crossing Damon's boundaries, though no official public statement was made, and Damon's representatives issued a short press release thanking fans for their support and reiterating that he would continue to focus on his work rather than political distractions. The controversy boosted ratings for The Late Show in the short term, but it also raised questions about whether other A-list actors might think twice before sitting down with Colbert. While for Damon, the clip circulated so widely that it briefly overshadowed promotion for his upcoming film, leading his studio to consider whether to lean into the publicity or quietly shift marketing strategies. In the end, both men appeared to move on publicly, but the tension lingered in the public imagination, with the walkout remaining a case study in how quickly live television can spiral from lighthearted banter to an unforgettable cultural flashpoint.